Hello travellers out there. Today in this vlog I'm going to be telling you guys all about what I got to on my last 2 days of this week, which are my Thursday and Friday. On my Thursday I got up after a nice lie-in. I then got some breakfast. I had toast and a cup of tea and listened to a bit of music and was just watching a bit of Netflix. My dad had gone fishing after work, which he does most Thursdays. My older sister was at hers. Older brother and his girlfriend were doing a moving job, having someone to move someone's house for a moving house company that they were helping out at for the day to earn a bit of money over the summer holidays whilst they're not working, as they work in schools, so they're off for the summer. So they were doing that, and my younger brother was at his, younger sister at hers. I then was just listening to a bit of Kylie, doing some drawings and illustrations, and just watching some vlogs and TikToks on some funny dog and cat videos, and sending some funny dog and cat videos to my sisters. And then my mum ordered our Butty's lunch for us to go and collect at lunchtime, and then we were just watching a bit of Friday Modern Millie. And then my old sister and my grandma had to go off to the dump, and then they went and picked up the Butty's lunch. Got back, and then my buddy's order had been cocked up, so I then had to go and order and collect the butties and have it done again. And I had a toasted wrap, and I had tuna, cheese, onion, lettuce and cucumber in my toasted wrap. I also got some Belgian buns for me, my grandma, my mum and my older sister to have. And I got back and I had my butties with one of the Belgian buns and a cup of tea, and I'm going to show you guys a photo of that now. It was so delicious. Love a Butty's lunch. And my mum was like, I definitely said it was to be toasted, but then they were like, no, there's nothing about toasted, so it was just a normal sandwich. So I think my dad might have had that when he got back from fishing in the end. And then my older sister was just doing some work on her laptop, and then she took our grandma home, and my older sister's car's going to get work done, so she is now insured on my grandma's car, so she's currently buying our grandma's car while she's waiting for her car to be sorted out. So she dropped our grandma home. She had a pasty delivery for some pasties for us to have when we go on holiday, which is in 2 weeks time. I cannot wait to have 2 weeks off and off to Devon. Hopefully the weather's nice. I think they said it's supposed to be nice with a few showers here and there. As long as I get a few sunny days on my holidays, I don't mind. And I then got myself ready and went off on a massive walk and was enjoying the lovely sunshine and blue skies, and the weather lately has been quite nice. Fingers crossed it lasts. I was told it was supposed to be really rainy and not very nice, but the weather was actually very nice, surprisingly. And I went off to one of my favourite little flower shops, and I got some flower shops from there that I'll show you guys now. I love all the dahlias, all the lovely colourful flowers, and all the plants and cactuses and succulents. And I got some plant sets as well that I'll show you guys now. Love all the pretty patterns on those plants. I was then just having a nice chat with the flower shop keeper in there. I then went off and had a look on some of the charity shops. I then went off to one of the cafes in the back of one of these little like knick-knack craft shops that sell lots of arts and craft kind of things and lots of plushies. But I was like, no, don't look at any of the plushies. I don't need any more plushies. And I had a pot of tea, a homemade lemonade, and a bit of vanilla cheesecake, which I'm going to show you guys a photo of now. So delicious. I actually sat out in the little garden they have, and they have a little pen with chickens in, and I was trying to fight off wasps because lots of wasps were flying around, and so I enjoyed my food whilst trying to avoid all the bloody wasps. Then I went off and had a look once at the charity shops, and I went into one of the new charity shops that's just opened. And then I went off to one of the other flower shops and I got a photo of this cute little basket with some succulents in that I'm going to show you guys now. So cute. Then I went inside and got some flower sets from there that I'm going to show you guys now. Such lovely colourful flowers. I then stayed in there for a bit and was just chatting with the flower shop keepers in there, and the main flower shop keeper hadn't been very well, so it'd been shut for a few days and it's now open again and she's feeling a lot better. So I was just saying I'm glad you're feeling a lot better. And then I popped into my workplace just to see who was on shift and treated myself to hot chocolate and was just chatting with the colleagues on shift. Then I made my way back. I got back and I watched Home and Away, listened to a bit of music, just enjoying colouring in, which is why I take a bit of my journal and sorted out my beat up doll. And then me and my older sister got ready for touch rugby. We had to go to her so she could get her rugby boots, and then we headed off to touch rugby and we got there and there was only 10 of us because quite a lot of our team were away on holiday, so it was like 5 aside, and it was really good. I did some really good passing and catching and quite good running, and my family friend was coaching the under 14s on the far side, and he messaged me when I got back saying great running today, and he'd obviously seen me doing some good running, which is really sweet of him to say so. And then we got back and I was so exhausted. I then got showered and changed, and for tea I had cottage pie which my mum had made, and she made my older sister a cheese and potato pie which I had a bit of, and it was so good, French kiss. And I'm going to show you guys a photo of the cottage pie I had now. I love cottage pie so much. We were then just watching the 3rd Harry Potter film. It's such a great film. Cedric's death always breaks my heart, especially when the dad finds out when he brings him back, and that's when it got pretty dark and it started getting, it was like, oh shit, here's the darkness. And yeah, I think this 5th one's probably my favourite one, The Order of the Phoenix. And I then was just this bit of music, just enjoying colouring in, and I watched the UK soaps and finished writing my journal, put that away, and then my older brother got back from being at rugby training himself, and his girlfriend had gone off to see her mate who is due to pop any minute, gonna have a little baby. And then she got back, and then me, my older sister and brother and his girlfriend were playing Sorry, this amazing board game my older sister found in a bunch of board games that her school she works at were going to be chucking away, and it still had all the cards, all the counters and stuff. I said, nope, I cannot let this go into the bin. So she rescued it, and so we played that, and it was a really good evening playing Sorry. I remember playing it with my grandma and granddad, and they used to know, like, we have to know like all the pieces on the board, like how many spaces you'd be able to move. So if they got a 6 or a 7 or a 10, they'd be there straight away. And it was just so cool, like playing it, and I hadn't played it since I was little, and it all came back, all the memories, the nostalgia. It was just a lovely evening playing. And then my older sister went home. I then was just watching some stuff on Netflix, and I started Heartstopper season 2 as Osman's Heartstopper book series. I'm on book 4 at the moment, and I just love it. The series is so good. Such an emotional roller coaster of a series. I literally binged it until, like, I was up until 2 watching it, and I just watched the last 2 episodes this morning. So I went to bed about 2ish, and then got up and finished watching the last 2 episodes, and it was just phenomenal. I cannot wait for season 3, and the songs they play in it is amazing. It's just so good. I at my shower this morning, I was playing the playlist of the Heartstopper songs, and they play a song by Taylor Swift called 7, which I am obsessed with. I love her songs. Lyrical genius, absolute legend. She is just amazing. So I was listening to that, and my dad had work. He got back, and my mum got up, and my older brother and his girlfriend were out. Older sister was at hers, younger brother at his, and younger sister at hers. And then my mum and dad and myself went to pick my grandma up to go see my grampy in the rehab place. And on Monday he's going to be getting moved to a care home, which is literally just up the road from where we live. So that is just such great news. He was possibly going to be getting put into a care home in all the way in Bristol, which would mean a lot of like travelling for my grandma, who's now 80 and she can't really drive as well as she used to, and is quite a nervous driver now. So it would mean my mum or dad would have to drive her in. So now it means she can just walk up and back, and he's literally closer, and it's a really lovely care home. And so it's great news. And we told my grandma yesterday when she came into Butties, and she burst into tears. Bless her, she was just so relieved, and I just cannot wait to be able to pop in one day after work and just see him and be able to see how he's doing and stuff. And yeah, it'll be good having him right on our doorstep, literally just up the road from us. And then my mum and dad, when we got my grandma to take her to see my grandpa in his rehab place, they dropped me off to the garden centre, and I got into the garden centre and I got some flower starts first of all. And in the entranceway they had all these lovely exotic flowers and plants, and it's like a little jungle, and I want to show you guys some of the flower starts I got from there now. So beautiful, all the lovely dahlias, the lovely colours and patterns. It's just so pretty. I then went in and got some plant snaps from the plant section that I'm going to show you guys now. I love the plant section so much. I love all the succulents and cactuses and the pretty patterned colourful leaves, and they had some really pretty little plant pots that had animals on. One was a squirrel, one was a fox, and one was a panda. They're so adorable, and lovely patterned plant pots as well. I then got some more flower starts that I'm going to show you guys now. Such lovely colourful flowers, lovely dahlias, lovely patterns on all these flowers. I then went into the cafe and had some lunch from there, and I had a bit of millionaire shortbread, a pot of tea, a Sprite, and then had a toasted tuna cheese melt with chips and a bit of salad, and the coleslaw they do there is so delicious. I'm going to show you guys a photo of the lunch I had now. It was so good. I then let my food go down, we scrolled for my phone, and I had Wi-Fi because I was connected to the garden centre's Wi-Fi, which was great, so I was able to catch up on a few messages that I couldn't respond to due to not having very good Wi-Fi. And then they were just playing some really good songs on the radio they had there. They played On a Night Like This by Kylie Minogue and Can't Get Out of My Head by Kylie Minogue, so I was absolutely loving it. I then went off and had a look at the homeware section and the stationery section and some of the mugs, and I then went and got some more flower snaps, and I'm going to show you guys these flower snaps now. I love flower photography so much, and flower photography, love that garden centre. It's my happy place, my escape. I could stay in there all day if I could. I then got a really cute selfie with some hanging baskets with really pretty colourful flowers in. I then made my way back. On the way back, I stopped off at one of the shops and got some bits and bobs from there. I then got back, and my older brother and his girlfriend were back from being out, and so I didn't even need to unlock the door, which was great. I had my spare key just in case, and I then was just watching The Summer I Turned Pretty. I've started watching season 2. I've watched 2 episodes, and the Wi-Fi's now back because my dad was cutting the bush a few weeks back and cut into the Wi-Fi wire underneath the ground, and caused us to have no Wi-Fi, so I had to be on 4G or 5G. So we've got Wi-Fi back now, but due to not having any Wi-Fi, we logged in, and now we've got Wi-Fi back. Amazon Prime and Netflix and stuff wasn't loading, so we had to then log into the new Wi-Fi password, and I suck at putting passwords in, so I FaceTimed my younger sister who helped me then get logged back in, and I was then able to watch it. And just as I started watching the last bit of the first episode of the second series, which I always get interrupted and end up having to turn it off, my mum and dad got back. So I was like, that's sod's law, and I was like, I don't care, I'm finishing this bloody episode. My dad went off to bed, and then my mum was just sat playing on her iPad, sat in her chair in the corner, and I was like, Mum, I'm just going to watch this last little bit, just don't talk, don't ask me questions. And she still was like, oh, who's that, and I was like, oh, it doesn't matter. So I finally managed to watch that, and I actually got to watch the second episode as well. And towards the middle bit of the second episode, my mum kind of got the concept, and I was like, so finally got to watch 2 episodes of that. I then watched Home and Away, and it was a very, very, very explosive episode, and it's getting so good. And I then was just sorting out my beat up doll, wrote a bit of my journal, listened to a bit of music, just drawing and colouring in. And my older brother and sister and older brother's girlfriend are off to our family friend's house for a games night with one of my older sister's teammates, so they're going off to do that, and I'm having pizza for tea, and I'm now going to be just relaxing for the rest of the evening, and then watch this evening's UK soaps, and maybe go for a little evening stroll. The weather's looking pretty nice still, quite lovely blue sky still, so I might go for a little evening stroll after tea. And I think the ice cream man's just about to arrive, so I think I might get one of those just before tea. Love our local ice cream man's been coming around near to our house since we were young, and always does the best ice cream, so I think I might be going to get one of those now. I hope you guys have all had a lovely week, all have a lovely rest of your Friday, all have a great weekend ahead, and I shall see you with a new vlog coming very soon. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I shall love you and leave you. Bye.